否会想起。
Hi, welcome to the Silver Spleen. My name is Sir Edmund Hillary, and this is my review of Passion Island. Some people say that it's wrong to dismiss films that you haven't seen yet. I can empathize, because I always felt it was wrong to say that a drug was harmful if you hadn't done it. Drugs are bad. Trust me on this one. But if you ever wanted to know what it's like to be completely twisted on psychedelic drugs, watch Passion Island. The movie is a story, I think, of three odd couples on a remote island. I think it's really the story of a bunch of actors who all signed on to do a movie just because they would get to spend a couple of weeks on a tropical island somewhere, but that's what it feels like anyway. Simon Yam and Joan Chen play a separated husband and wife. Simon is a curtsy look it up figure, the self-appointed king and curator of Passion Island, the home of passion weed. His estranged wife, and boy is she estranged, is an animal rights lover who talks to whales and little fat kids. See? She's sure that passion weed is making sea life go insane. And any woman who dresses like this knows about insanity. Simon Yam spends a lot of time in a hot air balloon wearing a bathrobe and very tight underpants. Francis and Zhao Shengjiao play a married couple. Weed makes you stupid. They've come to Passion Island to see if the mythical passion weed can cure her paralysis. Chang Chen and Janice play two people who are supposed to help this film appeal to the teenage demographic. Yes, Chang Chen has "This is art" tattooed over one eye. Janice hopes that passion weed can cure her severe autism so she won't have to wear a helmet all the time to prevent her from injuring herself. Okay, I lied, but believe me, that wouldn't seem out of place in this movie. You can't escape the sense that director Kam Kwok-leung was really trying his best to make an artsy film, because being Mickey Rourke's stunt double wasn't making the nut. This film is very obviously guilty of attempted art. There's a lot of dialogue, and little to none of it advances the story or makes any kind of goddamn sense. Now, to go back to a point that I made eons ago about Passion Island showing you what it's like to be a dope fiend. I have a PhD, and I'm not saying that to be funny, I really do. You can look it up on the internet. But I still couldn't make sense of the story in this movie, if indeed there was one, either during the movie or even thinking about it afterwards. It literally makes no sense, to the point that at times I was sitting in the cinema just looking at the screen going, what the fuck is this? This is the way your brain functions under the influence of psychedelic drugs. Your attention span and your faculties become absolutely locked into the moment, and whatever is happening right in front of you is all there is. It has no connection to what happened before or what's going to happen afterwards. In the third act, there's a whale. Actually, there's two whales. One is plastic and the other is CGI. But as far as I know, they're the same whale character. There's also a female character who shows up in the movie without being introduced or explained.
Who the fuck is that bitch?
And while the look on Janice's face might lead one to believe that Passion Island was just slightly to the west of the Isle of Lesbos, unfortunately this was not to be the case. I thought this was an art movie. Neither was there any rationale or explanation or even a weed-redolent hint as to this random bimbo's reason for being here. No, really, God, who the fuck is this? But there's some interesting things in this movie. There's a video library with more copies of Raped by an Angel 3 than even I own. You know, oddly enough, I really enjoyed this movie, although for all the wrong reasons. It's so mind-bogglingly inept and so weird that I ended up just laughing my balls off through the entire film. I can't believe I'm going to say this, but you should watch this movie. It's such a mess that you'll be wondering why on earth this cast is in it. What the fuck am I doing in this movie? That is, when you're not busy wondering what the fuck is going on. Like I said, you should watch this movie, but I want you to do it by buying a disc. In the description, there are links. Buy this movie, watch it, enjoy it. Don't download movies, it stinks. Pay for movies, even movies like this. Something tells me you can get this one cheap. If you enjoyed my review, please leave me a comment. If you didn't enjoy it, leave me a comment anyway. Please think about subscribing if you enjoyed the reviews. Thank you. But nobody ever explains anything in this movie.